With the upcoming yahrzeit of Rachel Imenu, I wanted to share with you the untold part of a famous story involving Rav Chaim Shmuelevitz Zatzal and the Kever of Rachel Imenu. Rav Chaim Shmuelevitz, Zechron Tzadik Levracha, the Rosh Yeshiva of Mir, besides being a massive Talmud Chacham and a big Baal Musar, he wrote the Svarim Sichas Musar, was known as a big Baal Regesh and somebody whose tefillos were so powerful, and people used to give him names for him to daven for, as it was said that his tefillos, his davening, were able to pull off Yeshuas, and people were helped. One day, Reb Chaim Shmuelevitz told one of his Talmidim that he wants to go to the Kever of Rachel Imenu. And as they were leaving Yerushalayim on the way to the Kever, Chaim burst into tears as he was thinking about all the people on his list that needed help. As they came to the Kever of Rachel Imenu, he got out of the car, composed himself before he walked into the Kever. But then once again, as he walked into the Kever of Rachel Imenu and he saw her Kever there, he burst into tears and he said, "Mama, Chaim is da. Mommy, Chaim is here." And then he went and proceeded to daven. And then in the midst of his tears, of his crying, he said these famous words. He said, "Mama, I know Hashem said to you not to cry. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Rachel Imenu, his pasuk in Yirmiyahu, that she shouldn't have to cry so much because the Geula will come soon." Said Reb Chaim, "I know Hashem told you not to cry, but I, Chaim, your son, I'm telling you, Vain, Mama, Vain, cry, please, Mama, down for all the people in Klal Yisrael." And with that, he burst into tears and cried for all the people who needed help. It is said that all the people that were on Reb Chaim's list that day were helped with the Yeshua. And that's the famous part of the story. People know this story. He said, "Vain, Mama, Vain." They made it into a song, and it's pretty famous. The second half of the story is not as well known. On the way back in the car, one of his Talmidim asked Reb Chaim the question that many people were thinking. He said, "Rosh Yeshiva, with all due respect, if I could ask, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself said to Rachel Imenu not to cry, how were you able to tell her to cry and to daven?" Reb Chaim said like this: HaKadosh Baruch Hu can of course ask Rachel Imenu not to cry, because a father can make that demand of his daughter. A father can tell his daughter not to cry. But I, as a child can also certainly tell their mother to cry for them, to care for them, to daven for them. I can for sure ask my mother to daven for me. To Reb Chaim Shmuelevitz, Rachel Imenu was not some abstract figure, someone who lived thousands of years ago. It was his mother, his mommy, someone he could speak to one-on-one and ask to daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he should be helped, and all his tefillah should be helped. The Kever of Rachel Imenu is a place where all of Klal Yisrael for thousands of years have davened, a place of holiness. And so too this year, the yahrzeit of Rachel Imenu, Yad Lachem has arranged that we have people by the Kever that can go in and give your names for absolutely free. The policy always was and always will be that there's no minimum donation required. So on this special day, you can give your names for tefillah at the Kever of Rachel Imenu on the day of the yahrzeit. And as well, this year especially, we will also be taking all the names that are given to and will be davened for at the Kever of Reb Chaim Shmuelevitz. You know, Reb Chaim Shmuelevitz says tefillas at the Kever of Rachel Imenu did so much, and this year you'll have that special opportunity. And if I may add, just like Reb Chaim Shmuelevitz looked at Rachel Imenu as not an abstract figure, as someone who was real, tangible, someone you could speak to, the same way we can have our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we say our Father in heaven, it's also not abstract. It's our Father, it's our Tati. You can talk to your Tati. You can talk to your Father. You need something from your Father, you know how to speak. That's how one should talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like a father. When you need help, when you want to let out your heart, that's how Hashem should be to us. And this is the lesson that we learned from Chaim Shmuelevitz, how he spoke at the Kever of Rachel Imenu. So I urge this year, on a special yahrzeit, everyone should daven for one another. And of course, if you know someone who needs help, shidduchim, parnasa, health, which is of course in everyone's priority right now, to take the names of those who need help, or even your own name, and send it to Yad L'Achim. You can go to the website, it's set up for free. We have an easy domain, yadl.org, yadl.org, and it's free. There's no minimum donation required. You can also call us up at 866-923-5224. In the schus of Rachel Imenu, and the tefillas that will take place at her Kever and at the Kever of Chaim Shmuelevitz, may all your tefillas be answered on this special and auspicious day. And may we all merit to be closer to our Father, to our Tati, and Shemayim. Amen.